Hello and welcome. My name is Dave Evans. I'm the director and founder of the Mindfulness Cafe, and this is our 12th session in the Dharma Our True Purpose series. So, welcome. In this series, we've been exploring Dharma, exploring Dharma, our true purpose, and taking the perspective that Dharma does mean the true purpose in our lives, and your true calling, your deep calling, what we were put on the earth to do. And mindfulness, and the Mindfulness Cafe, the stuff of the Mindfulness Cafe, the application of mindfulness is our way of connecting our practice to our inner true purpose. Another way of saying that is that when we practice mindfulness, especially silent practice and mindfulness, we have an opportunity to listen to that inner quiet voice within us, and that often speaks to the direction that we can take our lives in. We talk about listening to our heart and what that tells us. So this is the 12th one in our series. We've been exploring, finding, clarifying, revealing different aspects of living our purpose, and we've taken a deeper look at purpose. So often we can explore purpose through our purpose as a leader, maybe in life, purpose as a parent, as a partner, but also what about our spiritual purpose, our deeper purpose of our true calling, which kind of shows up wherever we are, and that takes a deeper perspective at the look at our lives. That wherever we are, it's an opportunity to live a deeper purpose through following our heart, and that follows a lot of spiritual traditions that suggest that when we look inside our heart, we see a deeper meaning in our lives, and that brings a different kind of purpose and fulfillment to our lives. I've got a few pictures here. The last series on the 11th session, I ran the Mindfulness Cafe from a camper van, and that's part of the purpose that Helen and I are sharing together, which is about living freely and exploring the world through travel. With our lovely little puppy there, you can see Poppy, who's she's sort of 14 months there, so it's a bit of an adolescence, but she's in a very happy place on the beach, running around Lockpool, sniffing with a ball in her mouth. How do we choose to live our Dharma? How do we want to live our Dharma? And that's what this series has been about. And it's not it's not like it's 12 sessions and you're done. This is my intention really is to open a gateway or a door for you, if anyone who's following this series, to start to explore your Dharma. And my deeper wish for you is that this will be a lifetime of discovery and activity, as it has been for me. It's been 27 years now that I've been exploring my Dharma consciously, and maybe many lives before that unconsciously. Who knows? So living your Dharma, our Dharma, is about opening up to a more expansive perspective on our lives. I take this picture of one of the beaches that we went to in North Devon. It's wide open, and our lives and our mind can be like this beach in the sky, infinite and open. And we looked at it through different lenses. So you can see here, we looked at it through the lens of purpose, and what purpose really means to us. We looked at it through the lens of destiny, and a destiny life and a fated life. We looked at it through the lens of celebration. We looked at it through the lens of being on purpose, that conscious choice, making choices, and what happens if we're purposeful all the time, even when it's out of our awareness. We looked at it through the lens of self-esteem. We looked at it through the lens of opportunities, how opportunities can present a way in which it can reveal our Dharma to us. We looked at it through divine purpose as another way of revealing our Dharma. We did this one called Do Life Better, which was all about why do we practice, why do we think about purpose, why do we do mindfulness, and it's so that we can do life better. So a bit of a catchphrase there. If you didn't see that one, go and have a look. We then looked at it through the lens of gratitude, and how gratitude can really support us. And when we haven't got gratitude into our lives, maybe there's something there about our purpose that we would want to explore. We talked about choice and how choice impacts us, and when we're always taking responsibility for our choices, the impact that can have for us living our dharma. And then finally, surrendering, yielding to the journey. I talked about my personal journey there the last 25 years and some of the challenges I've had in my personal life with my family. So, we kind of had a really good look. And, if you haven't seen some of these and feel like it's time, you could pause this video or even come back to this part of the video and go and look at those ones again. This is a bit of a review. I'm just going to pause in 2 years. This is a review session. So the invitation is really to go back and have another look. But then, what we invite you to do is take a moment to reflect. There's a couple of things, perspectives we like to reflect on. What's your experience been like of this arc or series? So what's your subjective emotional experience been like? So has it been fun, interesting, enlightening, boring, challenging, scary? There's all kinds of things it can be. Really just I want you to take a step back and I've listed those particular perspectives and lenses that we looked at it through, but it may be that there's other things that have come up for you. So, what's it been like, and what's been new, surprising, or delightful for you? So, I invite you to pause the video now and give yourself a moment to reflect. Okay. I'm making up that you paused the video and had a reflection. So you've got some answers there, which are, it's great. It's great to start to do that, which then kind of leads us. You all will be aware that I'm a coach and a facilitator as well. So what action might you take because of this particular series that you've done? And I can, just give you an example. So I'm talking, one of the things that's come up for me is I didn't realize how much fun I could have doing this series. It was kind of open and vulnerable for me, but it is a lens through which I do live my life. Some of the action I'm thinking of taking is turning this into a course that will run on my Kajabi website that people can purchase, which will help people find their North Star, especially if they're thinking about working with me. Then there's an opportunity to get to know me a little bit through doing one of these courses before diving into some deeper one-to-one work or group work. So anyway, again, invitation, having learned what you've learned about your own path and Dharma, love you to just take a pause and, think about what action you might take. Okay, so making up that you've paused and had a reflection, we're now going to move into our mindfulness practice. So first two you'll be familiar with. Breathing in, I'm aware of my whole body, and breathing out, I'm aware of my whole body. And breathing in, I calm my whole body, and breathing out, I calm my whole body. So these just help us settle into our meditation. Then, we're growing. Following this series is a growth. It's a path of growth. So invitation, breathing in, I acknowledge my growth, and breathing out, I acknowledge my growth. And then part of this also, is to know that we're complete and we are whole. We're whole people. So knowing that we're growing, we can be whole as well. So breathing in, I am complete. Breathing out, I am complete. So invitation to pause again the video and do your mindfulness practice. I would recommend 10 to 30 minutes, depending on where you are in your practice. I will stop talking now and assume that you're going to pause the video. Okay, I hope you've had a lovely practice. I'm assuming that you paused the video. Having done that, take a few minutes to reflect, and just want to share with you a thought for the week, which is from one of the teachers that I love to follow. She's really inspired me to live this path of dharma. And she says to be fully alive, fully human, and completely awake is to be continually thrown out of the nest. And I think that's the thing, that we kind of want safety and security and we cling on to stuff. But when we kind of really embrace the uncertainty of it all, which is like being thrown out of our nest, that's when we become fully awake and fully human. And so it's just an invitation to realise that that's our path at some level, our dharma at some level. And the ritual for this week is to stop, breathe, growth, and go. And that's just time to stop and know that you're growing. So whatever, you can lean back into one of these series, opportunities, situations, circumstances, they can all be framed as a opportunity for us to grow individually, but also to grow together. So the invitation is stop, breathe, growth, and go. It just leads me to say thank you very much. I've really enjoyed this series. I hope you've enjoyed it too. Thank you for being part of the Mindfulness Cafe, and I wish you a very mindful and wonderful week. Take care. Bye for now.